AP, last year you spent a lot of time with the offense. I knew you were acclimating to that part of the ball. I'm just curious, systemically, I'm just trying to learn your system. What are you balancing it this year 50-50? Do you spend
Still
more
offense.
offense?
Offense.
What have you learned about that you enjoy?
One, this is my first time ever being in the West Coast offense, so there's a lot of verbiage, a lot of communication. Just the concepts, the rhyme, the reason, played against it, for a bunch of years, coached against it, but obviously first time dealing with it on a day-to-day basis. There's a lot of good stuff there, but like anything, right? I don't care if we're talking offense, defense. You gotta put in reps, you gotta put in time, you gotta gel, you gotta get the same group out there and constantly talking through it. And I think Luke is doing a good job of it, right? I thought, even last week, regardless of the outcome, that game plan we had worked on for quite a bit of time. Now, execution didn't show up, and that's what we gotta get better at.
How much do you think that the offense will take that step 1 week to the next, since it's kind of working out the kinks still?
I think every coach in the NFL talks about week 1, week 2, you really want to see that jump. And I think for us, that's something we harped on all week, not just offensively, but as the entire team, staff, coaching staff, myself as well, just making that improvement from week to week.
You always talk about, not trying to simplify things, not trying to overcoach your guys. But that being said, how much emphasis do you put on just making sure your best players get the ball no matter what the play is?
Yeah, player ran business. I've always said that. Said it the day I took over last year. We're good when our best players are playing really well, right? With Devontae Adams, Jacoby, Big Mike, Brock, Zamir. When our O-line is playing well, and I could go on and on and on. But when those guys are making plays, typically it's a good day for the Raiders. And that's what's going to come down to this game, right? We're going against one of the better teams in the National Football League, reigning MVP. All hands on deck and our best players got to show up.
Is it too soon to expect Chason to potentially be elevated in play?
Who's this?
Chason.
We'll see. 2 days in here. He's looked good, though. He's looked good so far. Just getting used to our system scheme, making sure he's in shape, ready to go. Don't want to put somebody out there if they're not, physically ready to do it or mentally.
AP, I'd like to talk to you about the mindset of your team. The offensive line this week, they use the word they're pissed, they're mad. Not at anyone, they're mad at themselves. As a coach, can you wish for anything more than guys that take the personal responsibility?
Yeah, because again, it always starts with those guys up front, right? When we're a good offense, running the ball, throwing the ball, it starts with the O-line, protection, everything of that nature. Their mentality sets the tone. Their energy, their presence sets the tone. I think that's really critical, and they understood, they saw it. It was glaring what the issues were last week. And you sit there and you watch it and you walk out that game with a loss and you're like, why? How did that happen? What was the reasons? And obviously we discussed that, and what you like is when you have linemen that do have a little chip on their shoulder, right? Have a little bit more fire in their belly. So I'm not going to talk about it though. We got to go do it on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Just along those lines, if you liked, the attitude of the team of wanting to get back out there, of the response that they had to the loss?
Yeah, bounce back, 24-hour rule, legit. Came here on Wednesday, and to be honest, those coaches talk with by far best Wednesday since I've taken over. And this year, way better than it was the week before. It was physical, guys got after it. We had to come indoors because of the smoke, but it was a lot of energy, the effort, the finish, the physicality, everything we wanted in the padded practice.
So it's kind of a broader question. I don't know if you watched the game last night, but Tua suffered another concussion. We have players, and I know every player is different, but when somebody has a history of concussions, do you handle that any differently as a head coach?
I'll be honest, I'll just tell them retire. It's not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it. Play the game. I haven't witnessed anything like I've seen that's happened to them 3 times. Scary. You can see right away the players' faces on the field. You can see the sense of urgency from everybody to get Tua help. I just think at some point, he's going to live longer than he's going to play football. Take care of your family.
AP, obviously you haven't played Lamar, but you played Michael. And as that Mike backer, how important is it Sunday for gap integrity with your defensive line?
Yeah, we got to remind him each and every play. He's going to come from the headset from PG, myself on the sideline, and then Robert Spillane has to do a really good job each and every play emphasizing what we need to do, gap integrity, scheme-wise, our concepts. It's going to change. You can't give them the same picture every time, obviously. But just very cliche, you got to do your job, man. This ain't a game where you run around the quarterback 10, 15 yards up the field. That's going to be bad ball. And we've talked about it. We talked about cage rushing, talked about gap integrity, pushing the pocket. There's a lot of success with Lamar at times when you do it the right way. Now, you're dealing with an elite athlete, and he's going to make plays, and we got to understand that. And we got to move on, right? He's going to bust a run. He's done it every game of his career. but we can't let them break our backs doing it throughout the game.
Coach, your defensive backfield had a good game last week, held Herbert to under 150 passing yards. How impressed were you with them, and what do you expect from them on Sunday?
Oh, that was good. I mean, if you'd have told me you lost a game and he threw for under 150, I would have told you you're lying. But what I love to see, honestly, was one of the first 10 plays I think in the game with JB. With Bennett out there on the sideline, hell of a job playing the ball. I think that was a big confidence booster for him. We saw that in training camp at the city in the game, live action, kind of early on. It was really good. And you can see the energy and excitement from our secondary. But that group has been pretty steady and solid, right? We obviously there's some plays in the secondary from our safeties we wish we could have back, but that group throughout this offseason and training camp preseason has been pretty consistent. But it's going to be another big challenge, right? It's week to week. I mean, you got two guys here that really run down the field. The vertical threat is real this week. And then us tackling in space, right? Like I just said, Lamar's going to get out there. He's going to make a play or two. We got to get him on the ground.
You mentioned Ja'Cory Bennett having that, training camp and preseason looking really good. How much of a chip on his shoulder is he playing with right now?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. He started the season off as a starter and didn't quite end that well for him. And you saw a lot change in just his mental makeup. I think, as a rookie, you think you go in there and you strap up everybody, right? Nobody's ever going to catch the ball on you. And that didn't quite happen for him. But what I saw is somebody each and every day work on ball drills, footwork, technique, have a short-term memory to play that position. They're going to catch the ball on you. Stop acting like you're not going to get any catches. And I think for him as a young player, having a great offseason, and then again, like I said, that first play when he was challenged, stepping up, that's huge for his confidence going forward.
Coach, have you had any update with Jackson Powers Johnson or with Tyree Wilson as well? I know he hasn't really practiced at all this week.
Yeah, Tyree will be out, and then Jackson will be a game-time decision.
People that are old enough like me to remember you playing, Amari Gaynor reminds a lot of people, not the same game as you, but a lot of similarities, work ethic, UDFA. What does he have to do to play? I know he's got guys ahead of him, but to earn playing time.
Playing linebacker, I mean, we got two good linebackers.
Right.
And to take 41 and 5 off the field, I don't see that happening anytime soon. But I think it's really just finding a role for him, right? I think first and foremost, he's a special teams player now for us. He's a core guy. Making an impact there is really important. That's going to help change the field for us. And I think as the season goes on, you'll see it. I mean, there's moments where, upstairs we're like, okay, we can do this with him. But at the same time, I always worry about throwing a rookie in the fire too soon. And I think he needs to just get his feet underneath him, get grounded, get comfortable, make some plays on special teams, and then you'll see that translate on defense.
While you're on the topic of rookie linebackers, Tommy Eichenberg, he's been a full participant in practice so far. Can you just talk about getting him back on the field and what his role could potentially turn into?
Yeah, excited about him. He'll be up this week. We'll be rolling with Tommy, 4-core special teams guy. Again, just like I said, get his feet wet on special teams. He'll go out there and make plays. He hasn't played football in about a month now. All right, so we need to get out there and get his legs underneath him and get used to contact. And no better way to do it than on special teams.
You mentioned Gardner Minshew. Sometimes when the play's there, you got to just go make the play. There was a couple that looked like he could have taken some shots. Has that been an emphasis this week of if it's there, take it, let it rip?
When you say shots, you talking about vertical
Or yeah, just there's a deeper shot, like 15, 20 yards.
Listen, I'm all about it. We got Trey Tucker. I mean, we took one shot last week. Devontae wasn't good enough. Ball's out of bounds. But you saw in the preseason that's what we wanted to look like, and that needs to show up Saturday or Sunday.
Well, you've addressed the fourth down decision several times this week, but just going forward, are you comfortable with where the communication is in terms of everybody being on the same page and discussing those kind of things in a quick manner and making the decision on the field?
Yeah, we do that. We do that all the time.
Yeah. Good. All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, AP.